I'm Leah Guevara.
I'm Yolanda.
I'm Lily.
I'm Charlea.
I'm Gina.
I'm Emma.
I'm Chelsea.
And this is the audience for my informative speech. I want you to think to yourself and ask if your sleep schedule is good. We all know that lacking the amount of sleep that our body needs is not good, but do you know how and why it's not? It may not be an issue for you now, but over time the lack of sleep will catch up to you. So it's important to try your best to get at least 7 hours of sleep every night. Not having enough sleep can affect our body physically and mentally, since you're not getting the rejuvenation that your body needs for the next day. Physically, you can develop sleep disorders by lacking the quality of sleep that you need, and your mental state could deteriorate over time, in turn making you irritable, losing certain memories, and overall having mood changes. These tolls taken on your mental and physical well-being can affect you living a long and happy life. According to the sleep statistics of 2024 made by the Single Care Team, they analyzed that the average person gets less than 7 hours of sleep every night, and 50 to 70 million adults in the U.S. are affected by a sleep disorder. Many people are affected by not getting a good night's sleep, even though it's one of the most important things that we need to achieve sustained health. I'm sure most of you here have time-consuming schedules due to work, school, extracurriculars, but despite how busy your schedules are, you need energy to complete your days. Do you ever find yourself lacking energy, having delayed thoughts, or being irritable? This could be due to the lack of sleep that you get. I know it's hard to get a solidified sleep schedule with how hard we all work, but consider the reason you may lack energy most days in it being due to the lack of sleep that you get. If you ever find yourself having trouble sleeping every night, talk to your doctor to see if there's a possibility of you having a sleeping disorder. It's best to figure out if you have a sleeping disorder sooner than later to prevent future health issues. There's also plenty of options out there that can mediate your sleeping problems. In addition, lacking sleep can affect your physical state by increasing your chances of obesity. On the Single Care Team website, Dr. Singh said that improving sleep has shown to increase performance, cognition, and even regulate appetite and weight. The lack of sleep can decrease your levels of energy, so you may substitute it by consuming energy drinks or having meals that are convenient to get, like fast food. Lacking energy can take away the focus of eating properly. Not only would you end up choosing poor foods, you'll end up consuming more calories to fill in for the energy that was deprived from not getting proper sleep. Getting a good night's rest also correlates to having a successful fitness journey. Many people overlook how important sleeping is when it comes to staying healthy because most people only focus on the exercise and diet. This can be discouraging if you're trying to see results through your weight loss journey but can't due to your lack of sleep. At the moment, some of us may not have a sleeping disorder, but we could have bad sleeping habits. To adjust that, there's many healthy habits that we can actively do to ensure that we get good sleep. According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institution website, this showcased different ways that we can improve our sleeping habits. It stated it helps to make your bedroom sleep-friendly, go to sleep and wake up around the same time each day, avoid caffeine, nicotine, alcohol close to your bedtime, avoid naps, learn new ways to manage stress, and so much more. Some of us may not be able to afford medication, devices, or some procedures that would help manage our lack of sleep. So if we do these lists of things, it can certainly be beneficial to our sleep schedule. For all the healthy habits that I listed, there is a scientific reason as to why we should be implementing them into our sleep schedule. But avoiding caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol close to your bedtime is something that I want to talk about specifically. These are drugs that most of us do partake in. We know that these aren't healthy for you, but at the end of the day, I think it's encouraged to have a social life and create fun memories. On the other hand, this can lead to extreme cases of bodily harm. Some of us may consume alcohol to help fall asleep, which doesn't actually help and could lead to alcoholism. If you go to sleep after a couple drinks, you may totally knock out, but this doesn't mean that you have moments throughout your sleep where you wake up periodically. You may not even realize the times that you woke up throughout the night, but that's something that will be noticed in the morning. This is the reason you may find yourself really tired and sluggish after a night of drinking. This is something that we call a hangover. The sooner that the better sleeping habits are implemented into our sleep schedule, the better the sleep loss epidemic will heal itself. Not only does lack of sleep affect our individual selves and those around us, it can affect our economy as well. During the duration of sleep that we get equates to the causes of mental health. This is something that the economy can't afford to ignore anymore. With the sleep epidemic and the mental health epidemic being worse than it has ever been before, there has to be more action taken to dilute these issues. The cost of savings to our economy is astronomical. On the Feel Better, Live More podcast, Dr. Rangan Chatterjee's special guest, Professor Matthew Walker, explained that the lack of sleep across the U.S. nation is about 2% of their GDP. And in the U.S., there's $411 billion lost in the economic value caused by insufficiency. The amount of money that would be left over after solving issues towards the sleep epidemic would be enough to prioritize other things such as education and healthcare. Our brains are wired in such a way that it associates certain things together. When we all are in our bedrooms, most of us don't use it as a place of sleep, but rather we use it as a place of eating, doing homework, or watching movies, etc. At some point, our brains will associate our bedroom with other tasks than sleeping, since we do so many other activities. Our brain is trained without us even knowing it to associate the bedroom as a place used for other activities rather than sleeping. I want to preface something before I end my speech. Everything that I said today is not meant to come off as degrading you people. This is a form of education. I want you guys to leave here today feeling empowered and understanding of the fact that everything I told you is something that you can choose to implement into your lives. Like I said before, all of our schedules can be hectic and time-consuming, and some of us may just want to make time for social life, and I will never downplay the importance of any of those things. But it's important that at some point we realize that our bodies are a temple and should be treated as one. After today, I hope you have a better understanding of how and why sleep is so important and how it can take a toll on your mental and physical well-being. Thank you.
Yay!